Hello vinyl community, this is Matt, and this is going to be a simpler video to some of my more recent ones. In fact, the next 2 or 3 videos are going to be a little more, I don't know, stripped down, a little more laid back. Some of my recent videos have been a little more complicated. They've taken me a long time to put together and to edit. So I thought, let's just do a couple of videos that are kind of going back to my roots, keeping things simple. So this particular video is going to be about some VCLT I received in the last week. I received two pieces of VCLT. VCLT, if you don't know, stands for Vinyl Community Love Train, and it's really just a concept of sharing music. It doesn't have to be vinyl, as far as I know, and just sending other people within the VC music. Whether it's something you make and record yourself, whether it's something that you've bought, or whatever it might be. So like I said, I received 2 pieces of VCLT this week. One was from DJ Trish and the other was from Robert NYGuy, and if you look at the description below, I will put links to both of their channels. So thank you to both you guys. Just really super generous, and yeah, I will definitely be seeing what I can send back in return. But let's take a look. So first up, and I did already open the packages, but this was from DJ Trish, and again, there's a link to her channel below. She posts a lot of videos, mostly about music, but also sort of videos of scenery and things around her neighborhood as well. And she sent me a very nice card right here with a bicycle, and there's a little note in here that says, "Hi Matt, so happy I found another person who loves making mixes, and I hope you enjoy mine. I have the jazz compilation I hope you'll enjoy too." And it's signed Trish, and she says, "I look forward to what you've got to send me too." So yeah, I will be definitely putting something together to send you, Trish. So again, if you don't mind waiting, just maybe it might be a few weeks, but I will yeah, bear with me and I'll put something together for you. But she has mentioned on her channel that she does some DJing, and I wasn't too sure from the way she talked about it before if that was something she did as her occupation or if it's kind of a side thing. And I guess I'm still not sure, but she does have her own cards, so it's definitely a more I was going to say more serious or a bigger endeavor than perhaps I thought it was. So yeah, she has her own DJ business going on. Really cool, very cool. So yeah, DJ Trish, rock, reggae, jazz, and oldies, and it's got her YouTube channel listed on here as well. And she also sent me a couple of stickers. Thank you, Trish. Very cool indeed. And she sent me some CDs. So first up, we have Down in the Soul Cellar. And these are all compilation CDs, mixed CDs that Trish has put together. And I really like CDs in this case, or cassettes or whatever, that somebody's put time into making. And well, in some ways it makes it more personal, or you know, I guess when you send somebody a gift, in this case, VCLT gift, it's not really necessarily about what the items cost. It's about the thought that goes into it as much as anything else. Um, and I just appreciate Trish, taking the time to put these together. So this one, like I said, it's called Down in the Soul Cellar. I've heard it mention this on her channel, the Soul Cellar, and I forget exactly, um, what the context was as to why she mentioned it, but I have heard her mention the term Soul Cellar before. So I don't know, maybe that's what she calls her music listening area. I don't remember, but this is very cool. And she's made the track listing right here. You can see as well. What I liked about these two was there were a lot of songs I didn't know. This soul one, I probably knew at least half of them, but even some of the ones I knew, I don't actually have. So now I have them. So let's see. This has got a lot of cool stuff on Atlantic Star, the Bar Case, Billy Preston, Rose Royce. We've got a bit of Prince on here, Chuck Berry, Sam and Dave, Heatwave, Tina Turner, Kool and the Gang. So there's some really cool soul, ventures into sort of some funk and disco areas as well. There's some really, really excellent music on here. So yeah, thank you, Trish. Really appreciate it. Next up, we have Beach Party 2017. This is kind of what it sounds like. It's a mix of mostly mellow, laid-back music that you might play on the beach. If you took your boombox down to the shore or something, you relax. Maybe you got a margarita or a pina colada on the go, and you just kicking back. The sun's beating down, and there's some really good stuff in here. Now, I did not know almost any of these songs. Maybe I should be a little bit embarrassed about that, but yeah, I really didn't. Like, it starts off with Sea Breeze by Arthur Lyman. The name of the song vaguely rings a bell, but I didn't know it. It's very chill, very slow, mellow, laid back, and very cool. I liked it a lot. And it's got like, let's see, after that we have Summertime Girls by the Baha Men. Now, the Baha Men I've heard of. I know the Who Let the Dogs Out song. That's the only song of theirs I knew, and it's pretty good actually. The Summertime Girls, I had it on in the car, and I turned the volume up. Very cool. We've also got Bob Marley and the Beach Boys, the Beatles, Octopus's Garden. That's a very nice, light-hearted sort of song, very appropriate for summer. But I didn't know most of these other songs on here. Jimmy Buffett, Rue de la Guitare. It's one of those songs that I thought I must know this, but I couldn't think how the song went until I listened to it. We've got Bob Marley on here, but I don't think I knew any of the others. Like Osibisa, the New Caribbean All-Star Band, the Meltones, Mallow, Manu Dibango, Luciano. Yeah, I didn't know these, but it's really nice music. Again, it's very some of it's very sort of chill, but other stuff gets a little more upbeat as we get going, as the CD gets going, and we get into some sort of almost like dub sort of areas, like 70s dub vibe, and yeah, again, this is what I like about somebody taking the time to make something like this, because you end up discovering new music. Very cool. Thanks, Trish. And this is DJ Trish picks 2014. So obviously this is all music from about 3 years ago. well, let me rephrase that. The music's not from 3 years ago necessarily, but the mix is from 3 years ago. Something that Trish must have put together back in the day. And again, it's got some great stuff on it. Everything from Jerry Lee Lewis, Bill Haley and the Comets, Sam Cooke. Let's see what else. Kenny Rogers, ELO is on here. Climax Blues Band, the Ohio Players. And then we have slightly more modern stuff like New Order, Mary J. Blige is on here, Sarah McLachlan, Philip Bailey and Phil Collins, from the 80s. Again, it's a really, really nice selection of songs. I liked the sequencing on these. The songs flow very nicely from one to the other. And then finally, we have, so this is a Desert Island Disc. I haven't actually listened to this one, to be honest, yet, but Desert Island Discs sampler. And it's got a lot of interesting stuff on here, actually. We've got Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. We've got Dinah Washington, John Coltrane, Billie Holiday, Sarah Vaughan. Okay, yeah. Let's see who else. Diana Krall, I think that rings a bell. And this appears to have been, I'm trying to see exactly like what magazine or whatever this was from, but well, it says these titles on sale now at Newbury Comics at the back. I'm not sure if that's that was probably just the store or something that it came from, but it does have a copyright on it. Copyright 2000, the Verve Music Group. Now, there is a series of albums called Verve Remixed that are absolutely wonderful, and they have these sorts of tracks on them, like old tracks, predominantly from like the 50s and 60s, sort of jazz type tracks that have been mixed for modern day listeners. And so I'm going to be interested to listen to this. I don't think these have been mixed anywhere. I'm assuming that they're the normal album versions of the songs. But yeah, very cool sampler. And and I don't listen to a lot of this kind of music, so it's a good opportunity for me to have a learning experience for sure. So thank you, Trish. Really appreciate everything you sent. Very cool indeed. Very cool. And like I said, I have listened to a couple of the CDs. I'll be listening to the others as well soon. And we'll definitely be working on something to send back to you. So the second VCLT I received was from Robert NYGuy. And he does have a channel. Again, the link's below in the description here. He doesn't have many videos on there yet, I don't think, but he does have some music related videos, so definitely check his channel out. And he had just commented on one of my videos that, oh hey, he had some records he'd like to send me. So I said, oh, thank you very much. And certainly didn't expect that, anything like that. And he sure enough, he sent some records. And I got to say, I was kind of blown away by what he sent. I really didn't know what to expect. I don't know. You don't know. If somebody says they want to give you some records, which I've had happen with like friends, and I've had some cases where the records were in very nice condition, and other cases where they were kind of thrift store beat up records. So I really didn't know what to expect from the package that Robert was sending. And again, I was just floored really by his generosity. Well, let's take a look. Let's not beat around the bush. So first of all, again, we have a note in here, right here, and he said, "Hi Matt, here are the 6 LPs. I don't think I knew he was sending 6. Maybe he told me. I don't remember. But I hope you like/enjoy them. If not, you can give them as a gift, since 4 of them are still sealed. and then he talks about the specific records that are in here. So I won't read the rest of it because it's gonna give everything away too soon. But yeah, thank you, Robert, for the note. Much appreciated. And yeah, let's dive right in. I'll take these out here. Now I already put these in plastic sleeves. I didn't clean them. I didn't need to. Robert already put them through the spin clean that he has, which again, you know, talk about going above and beyond. He really didn't have to do that. But yeah, I was again really just kind of blown away by what he sent. So let's have a look. First up, we have Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie. Yeah, of course, famously from Fleetwood Mac, both of them. This is it looks like a self-titled album. I didn't know that they'd done an album together, to be honest with you. And this was still sealed, still in the shrink wrap. And Robert, about this album, Robert said that he already had this album. Oh no, I'm sorry. He said that this was his own sort of gift. A couple of the other albums were duplicates that he sent, but this one he said that, oh, this was a personal gift, and he got it on sale for 50% off at Barnes & Noble. Oh, and he does say, I have a copy as well. It's an okay album. You know, I'm sure it's great. And again, this was still sealed, so just and it's a recent album. It says it's from 2016, I think, 2017. So this is a brand new album. So really looking forward to giving that a listen. You know, I have one or two Lindsey Buckingham singles from 45s from the 80s, and actually they're really good as well. So yeah, gonna be looking forward to that. Okay, next up, this is Elton John Live 17/11/70. So it's the 17th of November 1970. This is on the Pickwick Records label, so this is presumably a UK release, and in fact, yeah, it says made in England on it. This also was in shrink wrap, and I didn't even know this album existed. I gotta be honest with you, and I actually had quite a lot of Elton John albums. I probably have, you know, maybe a dozen of his albums, and I did not have this, and so yeah, very cool. This is very early on in his career, and so you know, it doesn't have a lot of songs that would be later become his more famous tracks, but actually I find that to be more intriguing. Here's the back of it, and it only has 6 songs on it, so this is going to be very interesting. Again, it's a live album, so we have Take Me to the Pilot, Honky Tonk Women, 60 Years On, Can I Put You On, and then side 2 just has 2 songs, Bad Side of the Moon and Burn Down the Mission. And it says the Burn Down the Mission includes My Baby Left Me and Get Back. I'm assuming that's the Beatles' Get Back, but I won't know until I listen to it. But yeah, again, this is on the it's on the Pickwick. Well, it's on the Hallmark Records label, but it says Pickwick on the sleeve. So I'm thinking that Pickwick was maybe the label as such, and or so Pickwick's the record company and Hallmark's the label, maybe. Because it does say a Pickwick International product on it, so I guess so. And Hallmark Records must have been like a subsidiary of Pickwick. So yeah, very cool, very cool. Especially as I did not have this album, I'm just really really excited to listen to it. And again, I have a lot of Elton John albums. Definitely a fan of his. So yeah, really excellent. Thank you, Robert. All right, next up we have Lisa Stansfield, So Natural, and this is interesting. This is a double album. I do not have anything of hers on vinyl until now. I do know 2 of the songs on here. I know the title track, So Natural, and let me think, there's another song here. In All the Right Places. That's another. Both of those were hits for her in the UK when I was a teenager. And yeah, this was one of, I think, 2 records that weren't sealed, maybe. Let's see what Robert said about this. So he said, the Lisa Stansfield LP was given to me years ago, but I only listened to it twice. I spin cleaned it, even though the LP is flawless. It has no shrink wrap, but it's still in excellent condition. And yeah, indeed, the records are in beautiful condition. They really are. Very nice indeed. Yeah, way cool, way cool. And I like Lisa Stansfield. I have her first album. This I think is her second album. I have her first album on CD. I think the album is called Affection, I think. And that's the one that has All Around the World on it, and This Is the Right Time, songs like that. But so this being her second album, I'm going to be really interested to listen to it, because apart from those 2 songs that I mentioned, I don't think I know any of the others. But yeah, So Natural in particular is a really nice song, very nice song indeed. And I don't think I have it anywhere. Like, I don't have it on any other albums of hers or anything like that. So yeah, but I'm expecting the sound quality to be excellent, because each side only has 3 tracks on it, double album. So it's almost like these have been mastered at half speed or something. I don't think they have. It doesn't say they have, but that's almost the sort of vibe you get when you get an album split over 2. I'm assuming this is 33 RPM. It doesn't say if it is or not, but I'm assuming it is, because if it was 45, it almost certainly would say for sure. So very cool indeed. Next up, we have Pat Benatar, Crimes of Passion. I will confess I do already have this album. This was the only album out of the 6 that Robert sent that I already own. So if you don't mind, Robert, I probably will be passing this on to someone. Yeah, I will definitely do that. But again, thank you so much for thinking of me to send this. And it's a great album. It's got hit me with your best shot on it. I mean, what more can you say? It's Pat Benatar, just great stuff. And this was also still in the shrink too, which I wasn't sure if it was a repress, like a recent repress. I couldn't tell, but I don't think so. I mean, it has copyright 1980 on it, which is when the album was first released. Usually, if it's a repress, you'll see like copyright 2017, 1980, but it doesn't say that. So this might have been sealed for almost 40 years. So yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, again, thank you. This was the only one that I did already have, so I will find somebody worthy to pass it on to. Thank you. Okay, next up we have the J. Giles Band, Freeze Frame. And, this is one of those times where it occurs to me that I might have been pronouncing the band's name wrong for many years. I always assumed it was J. Giles, and somebody can please correct me if that's not correct. But I don't have any of their albums, and I've seen this album around, and I've never found it in good condition. For whatever reason, I've seen it at record stores. I might have seen it once or twice in thrift stores, but mostly in record stores. And it's just always been either beat up, or or the sleeve's good and the record's crap, or the record's okay but the sleeve is a disaster. But this is in very nice condition, beautiful. Both the record and the sleeve, very nice indeed. This was the other one I think that wasn't sealed, and but hey, it's all good. It's a great album, and of course this has the title track Freeze Frame on it, and the big hit, which was Centerfold. I'm not sure if I know any of the other songs on it apart from those 2. But here's the record. I love the color. I love this label. I don't think I've seen it before. It's an EMI label, but yeah, I don't remember seeing one like with the handprint at the top. I don't remember seeing one quite like this. But yeah, again, really very very pleased to get this, Robert. Very cool, because it's one of those albums that I've kept my eye out for, and I've just never found it in good enough condition to justify buying it. And now I need search no more. So, and I love the artwork too. Isn't that terrific? Look at that. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's kind of creepy actually. But very cool. It's really neat artwork. And then I saved what I think is the best until last. This was my personal favorite record that Robert sent. And yeah, this well, let's just show it. This is Post by Bjork. This was steel sealed, still in the shrink, and yeah, I honestly I was blown away by this because for a couple of reasons. One, this isn't a cheap record, and not that the others are cheap either, but this in particular, I'm thinking, geez, this must be like a $20 record at least. Particularly as, check it out. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the color of that. I usually I don't put much stock in colored vinyl. As in, I think that people hype it up as being the best things in sliced bread, and I'm indifferent to it. I would not buy a record just because it has colored vinyl. I don't care one way or the other, but hey, this is just a nice bonus. I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's just a I don't know. What a great looking record. But one of the other reasons I was so pleased with this to get this album was Bjork was big in the 90s, and even though her music is most decidedly not Britpop, I kind of associate her with that era because she was big around the same time that Britpop was big when I was a teenager. And yeah, I never owned any album of hers. I have had one or two of her songs on compilation albums, but and it's I really like her. She has a very distinct voice, and her music style is very unique too. There's a lot of unusual chord sequences in her music, very unusual. A lot of her songs are in a very unusual key as well. So let's have a quick look at the track listing here. And here's the back. Sorry for the reflection. It's well, even if I take it out of the plastic, it's still in the shrink wrap, so you're still going to get reflection, I'm afraid. But yeah, I know several of these tracks. Army of Me, Hyper Ballad, yeah. It's Also Quiet, and Possibly Maybe. Those are the 4 tracks on the album that I definitely know for sure. I don't think I know the others, but yeah. So this album originally came out in 1995. This must be a repress. It has to be. I don't. Yeah, it is a repress for sure because it mentions an MP3 code on the front. But let's see what Robert has to say about it. Let's see. He said, well, if he even mentioned it, let's see. Actually, no, he didn't. He didn't mention Bjork in his letter here, by the looks of it. But yeah, again, this like totally floored me because this. I mean, what a beautiful album. I don't know, kind of. I was taken aback when I saw this in the box. I have to be honest with you because this to me was like finding. And I'm going to make another Britpop comparison, but it was like finding like a sealed Oasis album or something in the box because, I know that the album cannot have been cheap, and it's from that era that, you guys know I love 80s music, etc., etc., but I also am a big fan of that 90s, that mid to late 90s era that I think was really the last great era of experimental music. Um, I think it's all been downhill since then. You know, we've. That's not to say that all music since then has been terrible. It hasn't. There's some good stuff out there, but I think there's been a real decline since the 90s, and so the likes of Bjork really, to me, represent the last hurrah in creative music. So I am super excited to give this a spin. Thank you again, Robert. I kind of, I don't know what to say apart from thank you. Just yeah, you didn't have to send me anything, let alone be so generous and send all of this. So yeah, very much appreciated. And uh, like like Trish, I will be thinking of what I can send back to you. It sounds like you have quite a substantial record selection, so we may need to have a discussion. So I don't send you anything you've already got, but yeah, I'll be giving it some thought. And again, if you don't mind bearing with me just for a little while, I've got a lot going on these next few weeks, but I will definitely be thinking of some way that I can send some VCLT back to you. So that's it. Thank you guys as always for watching, and appreciate all your comments, appreciate all the subscribers, and yeah, got some more videos coming soon. Again, I'm gonna kind of, the next video or two, I'm gonna keep it still sort of mellow and just me talking, nothing fancy, no fancy effects. You're only gonna see one of me, not two of me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, have a look at my last time travel video. But yeah, thanks guys as always for watching, and until next time, bye bye.